I've always been fascinated by the contradictions in our relationship with animals. Most of us love animals, right? We cuddle with our pets. We're outraged by stories of animal abuse, and we'd never dream of hurting a cute puppy. But, many of us still eat meat. It's a paradox that's been bugging me for a while, and I bet I'm not the only one. So, I decided to dig deeper into this question: can we eat meat more ethically? Let's break it down. The vast majority of us, we're talking about 90% of people, say we're against animal cruelty. But at the same time, most of us are still chowing down on burgers, chicken wings, and bacon. Now, you might be wondering, what's the big deal? The animals we eat are treated well, right? Well, it's not that simple. To keep meat cheap and widely available, most farm animals are raised in, pretty grim conditions. We're talking crowded, often unsanitary spaces where these animals can barely move, let alone engage in their natural behaviors. And those labels at the supermarket? Words like organic or free range can be pretty misleading about actual welfare conditions. Let's zoom in on chickens for a second. Did you know that about 90% of egg-laying hens and broiler chickens live in what could be described as torture-level conditions? But here's something interesting. We could dramatically improve their lives with just a small increase in price. We're talking about going cage-free or free-range, or using technology to stop the culling of male chicks. Now let's talk about pigs. These intelligent animals often have it rough too. About 90% of them live in barren, overcrowded pens. They often undergo painful procedures without anesthesia. But again, there's hope. We could significantly improve their welfare for an extra cost of up to $3 per portion of pork. That's less than a cup of coffee in most places. When it comes to cows, the picture is a bit different. Beef cattle often get to spend a good chunk of their lives outdoors, which is a plus. But dairy cows? They tend to have it tougher. If we were to raise welfare standards across the board, we'd see some price increases. Eggs and pork might go up by about 50%, chicken could double in price, and beef and milk would increase by around 15%. Now, I know what you're thinking. That sounds like a lot. But when you break it down to the cost per meal, it's actually pretty manageable for many of us. Here's where you come in. As consumers, we have more power than we might realize. Every time we shop, we're casting a vote with our wallets. By choosing higher welfare products, we're sending a clear message that animal welfare matters to us. Eating less meat, for example, could allow us to spend a bit more on higher quality, more ethically produced options. In the US alone, we waste about 30 to 40% of our food supply. Imagine the impact we could have if we just used what we bought more efficiently. These might seem like small changes, but when millions of us make them, we're talking about improving billions of animal lives. So, there you have it. The ethics of eating meat isn't a simple issue, but that doesn't mean we're powerless. Whether it's paying a little more for higher welfare products, supporting better animal welfare laws, or simply being more mindful about our consumption and waste, every choice we make counts. Even small changes in our habits can add up to make a big difference for animals. The power is in your hands. What will you choose?